Welcome to another free video tip brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to open a report in Microsoft Access and only show specific records instead of showing all the records in a table. In this database, I've got a simple customer table with just customer ID, first name, and last name. I've got a simple contact table. Now, a contact is every time I talk to a customer or I go visit a customer. So for example, you can see a contact ID, which is the auto number, the customer ID, which relates back to the customer table, 1, 2, or 3 in this case, because I have 3 customers, a brief description of the contact, whether it's a phone call or an appointment, and then any notes about that particular contact. I also have a real simple customer form that just shows the customer information, and a real simple contact form. And the contact form is a continuous form. In other words, it shows all the items here. You can see all of my customers, descriptions, and notes. Now, going back to my customer form, if I want to make a button to open up the contact form and show only contacts for that specific customer, there's a way to do that with the Command Button Wizard. Just go to Design View, Command Button, drop it on your form. The wizard starts up. Pick Form Operations, open a form, next. Pick what form you want to open, the contact form in this case. Find specific data to display, next. Specify the relationship, in this case, the customer ID is the same on both forms. Click this button here to make the relationship. Hit next. Picture or text, that's fine. I'll change this to text. Contacts. Next. Give the button a meaningful name, that's optional. I'll leave it Command 9 for now, that's okay. And finish. Now I have a button on my customer form that will open up the contacts for just this customer. I will save the form and open it up in Form View. And if I hit Contacts now, you can see here are just the contacts for the customer that's shown, customer 1. If I close that form and switch customers and hit Contacts, you can see just the contacts for customer 2. I covered this technique in more detail in my Access 202 class. Now, this technique works great for forms, but what about reports? I have a simple report here that I've built based on my contact data. And it's the same information from the contact table, right? Customer, description, notes. What if you want to have this report show, but only for one specific customer? As you can see here, this report shows all of the customers. Unfortunately, if you run the Command Button Wizard, you can report operations, preview report, pick a report, but there's no option in here to say show only specific data. This will give you a button that will generate the report for all of the contact information. Now, there are a couple of ways to handle this problem. The easiest way to handle it is to create a query that references this customer ID. So with the customer form open, let's create a new query. Query design. I'll bring in the contact table and the customer table and close. Make sure my relationship is created here, which should happen automatically. I would like the contact ID, the customer ID, the description and the notes, plus the first and last name of the customer. And now I want to reference this customer ID right here. It's going to be on the customer F form, and the field name is customer ID. So I'm going to come right in here in this query. I'll come right down to the criteria row under customer ID, and I'll type in equals forms, exclamation point, customer F, that's the name of the form, exclamation point, customer ID. In other words, the criteria for this customer ID is the current open customer ID on that form. I'll save this as my contact queue, and if I run it now, you'll see only the contact information for the currently open customer. And if I close that and change to a different customer and then run that query again, now I see only customer 2. Now all I have to do is change this report so that instead of pulling its data from the contact table, it pulls it from that contact query. So I'll design the report, go into my report properties, and I will change the record source from contact T to the contact Q that I just built. Close it. Save changes, yes. And now if I open it up, you can see just the contact report for customer 2. Or if I change back here, I can see just the contact information for customer 1. And now, of course, I could run through the command button wizard and open or preview that report again, but this time, since it's getting its data from a query, it'll pull only the information that I want. So that is one way to open a report and show specific records instead of showing all the records. There is a more advanced way to do it, and that involves editing the VBA code inside the button itself. And I cover this in my more advanced classes. But you can use the open report command and specify records here too as well. I cover this in my 300 level series. Thank you, and I hope you've enjoyed this free tip. There are lots more free videos just like this one available on my website at accesslearningzone.com. YouTube viewers, go to accesslearningzone.com/YouTube and get a 50% discount on any of my full courses. That's accesslearningzone.com/YouTube. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and the next time I release a new free class here on YouTube, you'll be notified.